Please adhere to YouTube's selected guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by readiness.
Alright, so today I'm going to be smoking a cigarette while walking next to a highway in Brazil, which as a whole I am very excited to do. Because right now I'm walking next to a highway and I want a cigarette, and I just so happen to be in Brazil. Overall, am I looking forward to smoking one of my Dunhill Insignia red cigarettes from Brazil? Today, I will acknowledge that I certainly am. But I do suppose, without further ado, I should probably go ahead and actually get to smoking now, shouldn't I? I think I'm gonna set down my camera right up here on one of these pylons on this bridge, and I am gonna go ahead and get my cigarette all lit up if I possibly can. Let's go ahead and see if I can set my camera down in a way where I don't knock it into the water by any means. That would be pretty bad. So let's go ahead and put it just right there. Make sure there's nobody coming up behind me or anything like that kind of thing. Don't want to get in anybody's way. And let's go ahead and get one of my Dunhill Insignia red cigarettes all out of the pack. And let's go ahead and get my lighter out. And let's go ahead and actually get to smoking a cigarette next to a highway in Brazil. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying? And man, I gotta admit, that is pretty nice if I do say so myself. I've been kind of slacking on cigarettes today. This is only my 4th cigarette of the day. No, actually it's my 5th cigarette of the day. I haven't been slacking as much as I was thinking, but I'm glad to be having it. I'm glad to be having it. Behind me, there is a little bit of a river. There's some beautiful birds in the river. I saw some loons, I think, over there. There's a heron behind the bushes over here. If I can get it on camera, it's somewhere over there. Y'all can see it, y'all can see it. That's a pretty cool bird if I do say so myself. And we can see, of course, the highway right here as well. There's a lot of cars driving by, a lot of very cool cars. There's a lot of cool cars in Brazil, I will acknowledge. Oh, VW van. Made in Brazil, more than likely, if I had to hazard a guess. And we got another VW, big VW truck, Suzuki Jimny. Very nice. Lots of cool cars here in Brazil. Gotta admit, I am glad to be seeing all the cool cars here in Brazil. There's so many neat ones. There's so many VWs. There's the VW Severo pickup truck. There's a Mitsubishi pickup truck right there. Mercedes, oh man, Mercedes, what is that? I can't remember the name for that, but I've seen those before, and like my first time ever seeing one like on the roads in a country where they're actually sold is here in Brazil. Really, really, really cool. I've only ever seen one of those in the United States, so that was super cool to see, I gotta acknowledge. Man, no complaints. I will acknowledge, I didn't expect the highway to kind of go up as I continued walking, but that is exactly what happened. So I may turn around in just a moment so I can get myself a little bit of a thumbnail with some cars in the background next to the highway and everything like that. But you know, overall, some cool cars to spot, some cool nature to see, and a cigarette to smoke. I mean, like, how can I complain? Frankly put, I cannot complain, especially with a view like this in front of me. Look at this. This is gorgeous. The mountains just stretching out in front of me. Got a little bit of a puddle right there. Beautiful nature to the side, cigarette in hand. Now this is what I call a pretty dang solid smoke spot, I gotta admit. Usually I would not say that smoking a cigarette next to the highway anywhere is going to be a solid smoke spot. But here, I'm gonna have to make an exception, I'll acknowledge. Just had a little bit of a voice break, but I'm gonna have to make a little bit of an exception. I've got a sidewalk, there's a bike lane, there's a highway, and overall, there's a beautiful view. Man, this is, I gotta admit, a very solid spot to smoke a cigarette while getting a little bit of exercise, you know what I'm saying? Staying a little bit healthy. Instead of driving my car on the highway smoking a cigarette, I am instead walking next to the highway smoking a cigarette. Only the biggest ball of moves. Let's see if I can grab myself a little bit of a thumbnail as we cross this bridge, I do think. And let's see. How do I want to grab this? Trying to think how I want to grab this thumbnail. How do I want to get this thumbnail? Excuse me. Something like that. Hopefully one of those will work. We will find out. But I gotta admit, no, this is genuinely a really solid spot to smoke a cigarette. Like, I cannot see myself smoking a lot of cigarettes while walking along highways in the United States, I'll acknowledge. It's something that I just cannot see myself doing because there really ain't sidewalks next to highways in the United States. But here in Brazil, there sometimes are sidewalks next to the highways. And, you know, honestly, these sidewalks, they make for pretty good spots to smoke cigarettes, especially when you're surrounded by some nature and everything like that. This highway, it cuts right through the middle of a nature preserve here in Brazil in Florianopolis, on the island of Santa Catarina, to be precise. And it's a little bit flooded. Like, we could see the water all through there kind of thing. Like, this is a nature preserve, but there ain't no hiking. There's like some boardwalks and stuff like that, and that's it. You can't hike no more than that. So there ain't too much to see, but what can be seen is very pretty. I just want a car spot for a minute though. We could see Mercedes E-Class, Fiat Uno, I think, maybe, I don't know. A Chevy, like, MPV thing? Oh, VW, I don't know what the name of that is, but the suspension on the front is messed up. And we could see another Fiat towing a trailer. Where else? Oh my God, it's a Ford B2000. Holy crap, that was awesome. That was epic. I love that. Those are super cool. They're Ford trucks that were made specifically, I believe, for the Brazilian market. Really cool stuff to see, I'll acknowledge. We can see some more cars. Jeep Compass, a Renault Clio, VW. Not VW, that's a Mercedes. That was a Mercedes. VW pickup truck though. Lots of VWs, as you guys can tell. Hyundai, Toyota, another Chevy MPV thing. A BYD Dolphin, I believe that is. I gotta admit, I've taken an Uber with a BYD Dolphin here in Brazil a couple times and they're nice. Oh man, Renault pickup truck, it's in a Roach. Fire, I love those. I think they go so hard. And VW Severo, very nice, very nice. Oh, Kia, little cab over truck. Love to see that. Super cool, super cool. Wow. Oh, Dodge Rampage, little pickup truck. Those are awesome. Those are super cool. I love that they brought the Rampage name back, I gotta admit. Well, I'm gonna go and finish off my smoke though. Stub it out. Gotta make sure I'm not causing no forest fires or anything like that kind of thing. Not that I think that would be very possible with the amount of water in this forest, I will acknowledge. There's a little bit of a trash can coming up ahead of me down here, so I'm gonna throw my cigarette butt away there. But before that, I think that's the video right here, I will acknowledge. Have I successfully smoked a cigarette while walking next to a highway in Brazil? I have indeed, and I've had a great time doing so, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video today. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to check out my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes. It's a great purchase. I do highly recommend it. Of course, it's an absolutely fantastic book. Highly recommend. Links are in the description and comments down below. And also make sure to like and subscribe as well. Check out everything in the description down below, and make sure to have a great rest of y'all's day. Appreciate y'all watching. Until the next one, stay safe and peace, and have a great one.